guys, it's Melissa and I'm back for my part 2 of Overcoming Insecurity. And it's, like I said before, it's a spin-off of my first video on insecurity about being found in security. And so last video I shared some spiritual tips. Today I'm just going to share some basic everyday tips that you can do. Basically today I'm going to share with you guys some things that I did, just basic things that I did, you know, to help me deal with my insecurity, in addition to the spiritual tips that I shared with you in the last video. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to suggest that you do is work on yourself. And I know that sounds basic, but before I could get into the work on yourself, you need to, I guess, kind of do an evaluation or assess things that you don't like about yourself. But I want you to sit down and think, what is it? Really be honest with yourself. What is it that you don't like about yourself? And the things that you cannot change, I want to challenge you to pray that God helps you to love the things that you can't change. But the things that you can change, I want you to work on changing. So let me give you an example of things you cannot change. When I was younger, my uncle, one of my uncles used to always put these ideas in my head and like, oh, you're gonna be a model, you know, you should be a model. And so, you know, that made me feel good about myself because somebody actually thought that, you know, I had what it take to be a model. Well, unfortunately, I don't know if this is still the standard. It's probably you gotta be like 5'8" now, but when I was younger, you know, the standard was 5'5" to be a model. And when I was, you know, growing up, I actually stopped at 5'4". I didn't grow past 5'4". So I physically, I didn't have the build for a model. I'm just short. And I don't know if that really bothered me. I can't remember because I love being short now. I love it with a passion. I love being short. I love the fact that I am petite, I'm small, and if I want to be tall, all I have to do is throw on some heels. I love wearing heels. I just love it. So over time, I grew to love it so much to the point where I don't even remember ever dislike being short. But there was a time where I wanted to be taller because I had this dream of being a model that, you know, my uncle kind of sowed the seed in my head. So there's certain things that you cannot change, but pray that God changes your heart and help you to embrace it and love what you cannot change. But there are some things, there's a lot of things about us that we can change, and I want to challenge you to work on. Like, for instance, if you have, you know, problems with your skin, there are things that you could possibly do to research and look into changing the condition of your skin. You can go look and see a dermatologist. Things you can do at home, you can drink more water, and also the way you eat. The way you eat affects how your skin looks. So those are things that you can do to change what you don't like about yourself. If you don't like your size, you can go, a lot of people don't really exercise much because they feel like it's a long road and they don't know how to do it. But I actually consulted with a trainer before I left Savannah, and I started getting like the results that I wanted, and it made me start feeling more confident about myself and about my body. But I want to challenge you to actually improve yourself. I know that you shouldn't put your value in how you look or outward things, but outward things actually do help you to actually love yourself more. So if there are things about you that you don't like, I want to challenge you to improve it. If, you know, you don't like your job, or you actually want to do something different, and you're depressed because you're not happy with where you're at right now, I want to challenge you to look into going back to school or whatever it takes to make you feel good about yourself, because when you feel good about yourself, it is priceless. So that's the first thing that I would suggest that you do, is actually work on yourself. And it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. If you're working out and you're trying to get down to a certain size, it is not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to say no to a lot of things that you used to always say yes to. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of self-control. Anything that you want to change about yourself, when you're trying to break habits, it takes persistence, it takes dedication, it takes ambition. You got to make up your mind that you're going to do this, and you got to have an accountability partner, somebody to stick with you. But as you see progress, you will begin to get excited and, you know, get happy about what you're doing. So one way to definitely get psyched about loving yourself and get out of the depression is to actually start to renovate yourself, start to remodel yourself, start to work on yourself, and I guess improve for a better you. And you should think of it this way: you're doing this for you. You're doing this so you can love yourself. You're not just doing this for other people's approval. You're doing this because you love yourself. You're worth it. You deserve to be happy. And when you're a happy person, it affects how you treat everybody else. You're able to be a better lover to your neighbors when you love yourself. So I definitely want to challenge you to start to, you don't have to do it all at once. Just make a list of things that you don't like about yourself. Tackle one thing at a time. If you want to work on working out more, losing weight, make that your first goal. After you get to a point where you're more confident, you know, about it, then next thing, you know, I want to work on going back to school. I'm going to work on that. I want to work on improving my skin. I'm going to work on that. I want to work on, you know, being a better communicator. I'm going to work on that. So work on things that you don't like about yourself. Instead of dogging yourself down, or instead of accepting it like it can't change, challenge yourself to change yourself and become the person that you like, that you should be in a position to where you like yourself. Love yourself, but also like yourself.
I really hope that I could be honest. We got a problem here, and I really know revival starts with me.